All right, so we are actually using a different book today. It's called the Diabetic Bible. And it's like your all-in-one guide to living a well life with diabetes. So we are going to talk about some recipes out of this book probably over the next week or so. But the one we're doing tonight is called brown pork chops with gravy.
So exciting. I can't wait. Yum.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We did make a few modifications on a couple things. So we'll just kind of let you know, like, it calls for 4 boneless pork loin chops, but we decided to use just like rib meat, pork, like rib meat. And so we already got the fat trimmed off. Looks pretty good. Do you want to show them what we're using so they kind of know? It is different than a pork chop.
A little bit different. It's okay though. Okay.
So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go through the ingredients. Well, not a few of them, but all of them. So you saw that we have the rib meat. We're going to use some dry sage leaves, dried marjoram leaves, black pepper, a little bit of black salt, olive oil cook spray to spray our skillet, some coarse chopped onion, garlic minced, and some sliced mushroom. We decided, the recipe calls for beef broth, but I went ahead and got vegetable broth because it is lower in sodium by quite a bit. We have some sour cream. I also got tofu sour cream because it was a little lower in sodium. We have some all-purpose flour, Dijon mustard, and some cooked egg noodles. All right. It is optional to use a bit of parsley, but we just kind of left that piece out, so we're not going to use it. All right, so Centrea, let's go ahead and combine the sage, the marjoram.
What's this? Sage?
That's sage, yeah.
Okay, sage.
No, I'm just kidding. That's marjoram, but we have to do the marjoram. You cut the sage up. Yeah, that one.
Sage.
Sage. And then the marjoram. So I don't know how to pronounce this word marjoram. So Centrea, she looked it up, and we watched a YouTube video on how to say it, and it's marjoram.
Marjoram.
So I remember it by margarine, but marjoram.
Marjoram.
Yep. All right, pepper and salt.
Do y'all have it?
Huh?
Do y'all have it?
Yep, we do. I'm gonna
Pepper.
rub. Okay, so then after she pours that in there, we're gonna mix it up a little bit.
Salt.
Gonna mix it up, get a good little mixture going.
The whisk over there.
Well, sure. We're gonna use it for the other thing, but that's okay.
Whisk it.
And then we're going to
What?
put the rub. That's a little rub we made. We're gonna put that on the little pork chop rib things. No. We're gonna put the rib inside there and then coat it on both sides. Right. So go ahead and do that. We're gonna do that. Coat the rib. Here, go ahead. On both sides. And then we are going to spray our skillet, and then we'll bring the rib over there and put it in a little bit of sprayed olive oil. And we'll be right back at ya. All right, so this is the picture of what we're making, and this is the recipe. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and add, Centra's gonna add the pieces of meat into the large non-stick skillet, and we just use this extra virgin olive oil cooking spray. And she just sprayed that in there before as we started. We're gonna let these chops cook. Well, they're not chops, just kidding. These pieces of meat, we're gonna let them cook for about 5 minutes. So you need to start the timer over there. for 5 minutes. And then we're going to turn them one time. And they'll probably be just a little bit pink in the middle, but we're going to go ahead and leave them in there. We're going to cook them for 5 minutes. And then we'll keep them warm while we move on to our next step. So we're going to let those cook and we'll be right back at you. Okay, so this is kind of what it's looking like, guys. I already took off a couple pieces, but looking pretty good.
It looks yummy.
Yeah, I think that we can probably go ahead and take off these last 3. And the next thing we're going to do, Centura, is we're going to throw in here the garlic and the ginger. So Centura's going to go ahead and toss that in there.
The ginger and the onion.
Oh yeah, ginger and onion. Sorry.
Ginger.
She's gonna put
we got our ginger
and onion in there. Gonna kind of stir that around a little bit. For 2 minutes, we're gonna stir that. So you want to put the timer on for 2 minutes? The next thing, after she gets finished there, she's gonna add in some mushrooms.
After the 2 minutes?
Okay. Add in a cup of mushrooms. And then we're also going to add in 3/4 a cup of the vegetable broth. Get a little caramelizing technique there. Is that what that's called?
What?
Is that caramelizing?
Maybe. I don't know.
Huh?
I don't think I've ever done it.
Alright, so we have 1 more minute left. And again, you're going to be cooking this on a medium heat in your skillet. We have less than a minute left, about 47 seconds. Looks pretty good though. I'm excited to try it. Are you?
Me too. Can't wait.
Do you like pork?
Yeah. Had it before.
I'm not a huge fan of pork, but I will eat it once in a while. One thing you have to know about pork is that you don't have to add a lot of salt. Pork already has a lot of salt in it anyway, and so
70 grams, right?
yeah, but like,
well, the one we have at least has
pork has more salt than a lot of other meats do.
Yeah.
Because why? It's a pig.
And pigs like their salt, right?
Pigs are just salty. They're gross. No, just kidding. I'm not a fan of like.
Okay, so we're gonna add our mushrooms now.
Okay, we're gonna add these mushrooms. You can turn off the beeper.
Timer.
Oh yeah, timer. All right, we're gonna stir these little mushrooms in here, like that. Oh, mushrooms, get off. Get off. I won't get off. Thanks for your help. Okay. Now the next thing I'm gonna put in. Ooh, that was a little bit warm. Is vegetable broth. So once we add this in, we're going to reduce the heat. After it starts boiling, we're going to reduce the heat. Is it boiling to you? A little bit boiling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe on this side. Not this one much,
It's a pretty big skillet.
but yeah.
But after it starts boiling, we're going to reduce the heat a little bit. We're going to cover it and let it simmer for 3 to 4 minutes. So, where's your little lid? Okay, well, we are going to get our lid, and then we're going to let this simmer, and we'll be right back. Okay, so while our mushroom concoction is on the stove simmering, we are going to do the next step. So Andrea's going to add in two 2/3 cup of sour cream. And then she's going to add in some flour, which we are doubling the recipe, so it's 2 tablespoons of flour. Oh, I'll get it.
Flour.
And then after you add in the flour, you're also going to add in what else? Oh, mustard. So your little concoction mustard over there. Go ahead and throw that in there. And then you're going to whisk it around. It says that you also need to whisk in about 3 tablespoons of the broth mixture from the skillet. So, I'll get you 3 tablespoons, okay? Let me get 3 tablespoons.
Okay, we got our 3 tablespoons of
our little mushroom onion concoction over here. Right, so you're gonna stir that in. The sour cream mixture. After you get it stirred up, what we're going to do is take the sour cream mixture to the skillet, and we're going to stir it in and then cook it.
hey,
I think it's going to be really good.
me too.
So you're going to cook it until it comes to a boil, and then we're going to serve it over our meat with, we have egg noodles that we're going to use. So we're going to go ahead and take this on over to the stove. See you over there. Okay, so Centuria's going to go ahead and pour the sour cream mixture into the skillet. And we're going to cook it, stirring it constantly until the mixture comes to a boil. That looks yummy. Once it gets to going, it's going to look really good. And so you're gonna just stir it up until it comes to a boil. It's kind of a big pan for this, huh?
A little bit of a big pan for this.
All right, but it's starting to boil. There we go.
It smells good.
It does smell good. I like stuff like this. I just know that it's good to have. Well, with our experience and what we're dealing with in our world, low sodium and the low sugar is the best options for our family. When you say our family, or just me and Woods?
I mean our family.
Yeah,
We have other people that are diabetic.
right. Yeah, so it's a horrible thing, diabetes and high blood pressure. I think we mentioned in our first video about my husband having a massive stroke last year in November, and it's really turned our world upside down in an interesting way. It's been difficult, and balancing out the food, and he's on a lot of medications, so balancing out life has been interesting. So anyway, we're just excited about a healthier lifestyle, right?
This smells good.
It does.
How long do we have to do this for?
It says until it boils, but it's not boiling.
It
really.
is.
Is it boiling? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think it's good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and plate this over some egg noodles and some yummy, yummy pork rib meat. And then we're gonna get back with you and show you what it looks like, everybody. Yep. So, brown pork chops with gravy. So go ahead and try it, see what you think. Exciting, Woods.
It smells yummy.
Pork chops. Trying to make it juicy, but you know. At least it's not cold this time, huh? What do you think about that?
It's a little tough.
A little tough.
A little tough. How do you make it not tough?
You cook it to perfection, I guess.
Cook it to perfection.
But how? How do you do that though? Because so before you had your stroke, your goal was to open up and get your food truck going. Because you have a food truck, you have a couple commercial sized grills. What did you do, or what do you do to make your meat not tough? Like, how do you do that? And this is a pork chop cooked on the stove.
Well, it could be cooked too fast. That could be a problem.
It should be down. So, how fast is too fast?
Hot.
Well, we didn't cook it on high, did we?
They have it on medium.
It was on medium for like ever.
You know, certain meats are different temperatures.
Maybe because it's thicker, it's supposed to take longer or something.
Could have.
But, okay, well, how's the flavor?
Flavor was good.
Okay.
Flavor's good. Out of 10, what do you rate it?
I'll give it a 9.
9 out of 10. Woohoo! Go us.
So just the meat's a little bit tough for you, but that's all. Is there anything else you would do differently?
No, I would have, I don't know, cooked it at a higher heat maybe. Cooked it fast to break down the meat.
I know one thing I've seen you do before is like kind of sear it in the pan and then put it in the oven,
Yeah, you do that.
and that would actually work too. So, all right. Well, thank you very much, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your dinner.
Okay, Jacob's next. Okay, everyone. So now we are going to be doing Jacob's review. So let's see what he thinks. It's good, he says. Okay.
Tastes good to me. Real good.
Tastes good to Jacob. Woohoo. Okay, out of 10, what do you give it?
I give it 10.
10 out of 10. Woohoo! Go us. Okay, next will be meat and Mathura.
And we're back. So we're gonna taste this and see what it's like. Again, our brown pork chops with gravy. Let's see what you got, Treya. See what you did. How about you?
I think it's really yummy, actually.
I do too.
I really like it.
I know I need to take another bite.
I really liked it. And with these noodles, it's really good.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I don't think it's like super tough. Do you?
Not for me, but
Not for me either, but like we said in the first video, my husband is a master chef, and so like it's kind of hard to get things perfect. Like you heard him say perfection. Like I don't know how to do that, but we tried. So there you go.
I give it 10 out of 10.
I think I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 actually.
Well, I give it 10 out of 10. But
Why? Why do you?
because I like it all. I like the noodles, the gravy, the meat. It's all yum to me.
Yeah. So there you go. Go ahead and try it. Centraia's gonna put all the information down below.
In the description. And make sure you guys subscribe down below and like the video and comment whether you guys made it and if you guys liked it or not.
And again, this is not the same book we got out of before. This is the Diabetic Bible book. It has a lot of nice recipes in it. Very nice book. I got it from, I don't know where I got it from.
Well, there you go.
I think I inherited it from my grandma when she picked bucket, unfortunately. And she did. Everybody's gonna do it one day. We don't like that, but I think I inherited it from her. Yeah. So
Yep. So make sure you guys tell your friends and your family and your coworkers and
tell your mama and your wife.
yep.
All right.
See you guys next time. Bye.
See you next time.